For his fourth straight successful title defense against the Croatian Mladen Brestovac. Brestovac comes in 6 years the elder. He has a 1-inch height advantage and a 3-inch reach advantage. Here are the rules for our 5-round Glory Heavyweight Championship fights. 3 judges will score the fights. Again, no elbows, throws, or sweeps. The doctor or referee can stop the fights. The title is on the line for the official fighter introductions. Here's Tim Hughes.
It's time to feel the power from the home of the Eiffel Tower in your main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the Glory Heavyweight Championship of the world, defended by modern-day kickboxing royalty. This bout sanctioned by the International Sport Kickboxing Association. At the bell, your referee is Tobias Gerald. From inside Acker Hotels Arena in Paris, France, to Glory kickboxing fans watching in all corners of the globe, it's time for Glory! This heavyweight championship scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first the contender, fighting out of the black corner. A World Grand Prix runner-up and Muay Thai national champion. His professional record, 49 wins with 10 losses, 1 bout scored even, 32 of those wins coming by knockout. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall, 1.98 meters, and he weighed in at 256.5 pounds, 116.5 kilos. He's here in Paris tonight, fighting out of Zagreb, Croatia. Ladies and gentlemen, Mladen, the Scorpion Sting, Brestovac! His opponent standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, back to defend the belt on a 9-fight win streak. His record, 47 wins with just 10 losses, 12 of those wins coming by knockout. Standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters. He weighed in at fight time at an even 260 pounds, 117.9 kilos. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning and defending, undisputed Glory Heavyweight Champion of the world, the Crown Prince of Kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven. Here now is your referee in charge, Tobias Gerald.
Fighters to the center. Okay, gentlemen, this is 5 rounds for the Glory Heavyweight Championship. You know the rules, so respect my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. Fight good, fight clean, fight hard, may the best man win. Any questions from the challenger? Any questions? Any questions from the champion? Touch glove and back to your corners. Judge, back to the corner. Judge, judge, corner. Time, fight!
It's time for some heavyweight fireworks. The Glory 28 main event. Champion Rico Verhoeven in the gray and Mladen Brestovac in the red.
These are 2 big boys in the ring. For fans watching at home, watching a fight live is just something else. You hear these bone to bones and the sounds hitting. Nothing beats watching 2 heavyweights kickboxing live.
Especially here in Paris, you hear it because very similar to Japan, the fans here can get deadly silent as they take in the action that's happening in the ring, but they will explode when there's something big that goes down.
These kicks are echoing in the arena. Rico doing a good job at keeping his distance, staying tight defensively. But he wants to keep Brestovac against the ropes. This way he can unload his big power combinations.
Verhoeven, a very intelligent fighter, technically sound, where Brestovac is the guy with the knockout power, 32 KOs out of his 49 victories. Of course, in a glory title fight, 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in a bout will result in a TKO.
You see Rico slowly moving to his left. That's to avoid the big left kick of Brestovac.
Right on cue, Brestovac throws that big left kick. Now he's up against the ropes. Fighters clinch and will be separated.
Brestovac has a loss to Adekbui via low kick, so I'm sure Rico might use that low kick as a way to finish this fight.
Rico moves forward. Fighters almost fall right into our laps. Both of these guys train with some of the best. Brestovac, of course, trained with Croatian legend Mirko Krokop. And then you have Verhoeven, who boxes with Tyson Fury, the champion, and he's done some MMA training with both Daniel Cormier and Luke Rockhold at AKA. Verhoeven recently won his first MMA bout. Under 30 seconds to go in round 1, scheduled for 5.
Both of these guys doing a good job at keeping distance. A heavyweight can fight in an end in an instant, so keeping that distance is very important.
That will wrap up round number 1. Well, this is the opportunity of a lifetime for Mladen Brestovac. He's one of the rising stars in the heavyweight division. He knew that this would be a huge fight for him if he could knock off the champion Rico Verhoeven.
This is an opportunity you have to take no matter what. A chance against Rico Verhoeven doesn't come to everyone. So Mladen is very prepared. He had a 3-month training camp, and he said he lost a little bit more weight this time around to help with the 5 rounds.
That's a great point. He dropped a lot of weight for this fight. Thought endurance would be a key.
Verhoeven threw a step, kind of like a Superman stepping forward right hook that landed. Brestovac is using that left jab to counter the left kick of Rico Verhoeven. Rico needs to be careful, keep his hands really tight when throwing those kicks.
Here we go, round number 2. Scheduled for 5 in the heavyweight division. Champion Rico Verhoeven in the gray shorts and Mladen Brestovac in the red.
Rico constantly moving to his left, keeping Brestovac against the ropes.
Brestovac using a lot of footwork and speed here that we haven't normally seen from him.
He's being very calculated with that left kick. He's not going to waste it on just overthrowing because he knows Rico's right there to counter. You can see the punches thrown and landed by Rico Verhoeven seems to be a lot more than Brestovac, so he's kind of using those punches to set up his kicks.
According to our stats, only 1 shot landed from Brestovac. Under 2 minutes to go in round 2. And Rico's one of those fighters that he likes to react to what he sees his opponent doing. He said he reads them like a book. He'll figure it out quickly, what they come out and show him in that first round.
He's very smart, he's very technical. He likes to control the fight in the best way he can to get the win.
High kick from Brestovac. Rico moving forward.
Brestovac is staying really relaxed in there. He knows he can't go out throwing and wasting too much energy. But Rico's constantly putting him in the corners against the ropes. And Rico staying inside head-to-head is a good advantage. Brestovac can't kick from that angle. And Rico's hands, in my opinion, are better than Brestovac.
Rico throwing a lot of knees here in that second round. As he continues to move forward, Brestovac stuck in the corner and now wisely moves out.
Rico's controlling the ring here. He's constantly following Brestovac, controlling the center, throwing his punches off it. But Brestovac is doing a good job at turning himself out of that corner, staying away, staying busy. But he needs to do a little bit more and put some combinations together.
Brestovac stung Verhoeven with an uppercut as they were breaking up. Now he goes to work on the body. The two big men will move on to round 3.
Stari jebe mu mater, pogađaš ga jebeno i onda staneš. Uživaš u udarcima. Serija ide odmah nakon udarca. Povezuj ruke i noge. Previše mi boksaš ili samo nogu radiš. Idemo plan. Tijelo, tijelo, glava. Tijelo, tijelo, glava. Jel jasno? Prolaze ti udarci. Moraš vjerovati u sebe više. Uvijek pasivan si posle serije. Jebote, par puta si ga pogodio, on je stao. Ali staneš i ti onda. Nema stajanja. Slušaj, još jednu stvar. Hoću brže reakcije kad on odradi seriju.
Kijk eens, hij heeft overal pijn. Zijn trainer heeft stress. Ja, maar hij is scherp, hè? Controle houden. Gaat goed.
Goed zo.
We begin round number 3 in this heavyweight title fight. I'm not really sure what the corner of Brestovac was saying, but Joseph, they sure were passionate about it.
Yeah, it sounds like they want to wake him up. He needs to be more active, start throwing more combinations. Otherwise, Rico's going to take off with this fight.
2 rounds in the book. How do you score it, Joseph?
2 rounds to 0 for Rico with the constant pressure, constant landing. And what I saw was Rico found that rear leg kick of Brestovac, so he's going to start using it a little bit more often now. Strikes by round, Rico constantly landing more.
High kick from Brestovac. Semi-blocked by Verhoeven. Verhoeven seems to be finding a groove now.
He's doing well inside. He's getting close, using his boxing. And watch for that rear low kick of Rico Verhoeven.
Push kick knocks Brestovac back.
Rico's going to stay head-to-head here, throw big combinations with his hands, follow with a rear low kick.
And for a big man, every time Verhoeven clinches, he still is throwing those knees. Working the thighs and the body. Stinging shot from Brestovac.
Brestovac is throwing really light right now. Maybe he's trying to mix some power behind it, but he needs to be more active. Blocking that rear leg now must be bothering him.
Verhoeven backs Brestovac off.
Watch out for Rico, though. He knows that he's defending that leg. That's the time for Rico to take that right kick high.
1 minute to go here in round number 3. The Glory heavyweight title is on the line. Ron Kruk along with Joseph Valtellini here in Paris. Rico Verhoeven going for his 4th successful title defense.
Rico's using his boxing now to get inside. When we saw him fight in Amsterdam, he was using his jab and his straight punches as a rangefinder. Today he's using his boxing more to get inside to set up those rear low kicks. By staying outside though with the straight punches, that's where Brestovac's kick could be dangerous. So he's really looking to close the distance.
Of course, Brestovac has that one-punch knockout power. Always have to be aware when you're fighting the big man from Croatia. As we enter into the championship rounds, of course, cardio is going to be a key. As we listen in to Rico Verhoeven's call.
Vol, handen hoog, boom. Hier, en dan kom je een keer met je handen. Luister, je hoeft niet altijd de showtime te hebben om te winnen. Je staat 3 ronden voor. Stoot je in zijn handen. En je pakt op zijn benen. Luister, als je hem aan deze kant hebt, slim zijn, stoot de andere kant lopen. Ja, als je bloed hebt, zijn benen mee, jongen. Staat 3 ronden voor, hij is helemaal stuk. Kijk hoe hij erbij zit, man. Kijk hoe hij erbij zit. Geestelijk sterk zijn.
Championship rounds time. We go into the 4th round. Rico Verhoeven and Mladen Brestovac. The main event here at Glory 28 Paris.
There it is. His corner was telling him, I don't speak Dutch, but by the hands language of his corner, it looked like he has to mix up the levels of his kicks.
Verhoeven seems to pick up the pace here. High kick attempt by Brestovac. He pays for it. There's a good, solid kick from the Croatian. But now he's eating punches from the champion.
Big right hand from Rico hurt him. Brestovac needs to cover his head and attack Rico's legs. It doesn't look like his boxing is doing enough to hurt Rico.
Verhoeven has crazy endurance. Seems to get stronger as fights go on.
Rico's using that front kick, mixing his round kick to the front leg, which was very effective in a lot of his other fights.
Verhoeven only has 12 knockouts in his 47 victories, but has a KO and TKO in 2 of his last 3 fights. In our fighter meeting, he said he's trying to finish more fights.
His last fight with Adegbuyi was one of my favorite fights in Glory. It was so technical, perfectly game planned, excellent finish.
Stinging shot from Brestovac, rocked Verhoeven. But with under a minute to go, looks like the champ shook it off. Encounters with a hook. You mentioned that fight with Adegbuyi. That was one of Verhoeven's knockouts.
Brestovac is doing well when he's throwing. He just has to throw. He can't be that standing target. Rico's constantly trying to corner him, land his big punches and low kicks. But Brestovac has to be first. Keep Rico Verhoeven on his guard.
Brestovac, of course, known, as you mentioned earlier, Joseph, for those lethal high kicks. Stopped 15 of his opponents, but hasn't been a factor here in this one tonight.
One of the fun things about watching heavyweights is every punch they throw has big knockout power. Here you see a big right hand by Rico Verhoeven, stumbling Brestovac. And Brestovac landed a nice cross with a jab and then back to the cross again that popped the head of Rico Verhoeven. A heavyweight fight can end in an instant. There's so much weight and so much power behind everything a heavyweight throws.
That was a powerful shot landed by Brestovac, and Verhoeven was able to shake that one off.
druk erop. Gewoon in deze afstand.
You can't take many of those from the big Croatian.
Last round. Last round to go. Ready?
Fight! Fighters touch gloves as we have 3 minutes to go in this heavyweight championship fight. Rico Verhoeven, the champion, really active tonight. Joseph, how have you got this one scored?
I have 4 rounds to 0 for Rico. Brestovac needs to be a little bit more active and put a little bit more pop and power behind his punches. He's being very conservative with not overthrowing or not throwing too much power in his strikes.
Needs to take it up a notch if he wants to capture the heavyweight belt. Very workmanlike effort here by Rico Verhoeven as usual. Nobody in the Glory heavyweight division recently has been able to figure out how to stop Rico Verhoeven.
Rico Verhoeven, he's shifting his stance, going to a southpaw and throwing some kicks from a southpaw. But he's landing a nice front kick with the ball of the foot. That takes a lot of wind out of a fighter when you can land the ball of the foot on the stomach like that. Both guys look like they're fatiguing here.
Exactly right. Both fighters breathing pretty hard. 2 big men throwing down in the Glory ring. Front kick from Verhoeven.
1 minute for Brestovac to kind of put something together here. Put some snap behind his kickers, punches. He's got to go for it here and commit for something.
You will see that Rico Verhoeven, he won't sit back. He'll push the pace all the way through. Big knee from Verhoeven. Just missed, really rocking Brestovac. 30 to go in this heavyweight title fight. Brestovac has that knockout power. He needs to land a huge shot if he wants any chance. 10 seconds to go. Stinging jab from Verhoeven.
Both guys finishing strong.
That's going to do it for this Glory 28 Heavyweight Championship fight. We'll get the results after this. Well, Rico Verhoeven, the champion, came into this fight with Brestovac saying he wanted to stay active as a champion. What did you think of his performance tonight, Joseph?
I think a lot of people expected a more aggressive Rico, like we saw in his last fight with Adekbouy, but I think he really respected the left kick of Brestovac and fought a really smart fight. He stayed technical, he landed his punches, he landed his kicks. It was a smart, well-fought fight for Rico.
Back in Paris, Glory 28 Heavyweight Championship fight is finished as we check out the final strike stats.
What impresses me there is the 112 kicks thrown by Rico and the 327 total strikes thrown and 100 landed. That was the story for Rico tonight. He stayed busy with his punches and kicks and won that fight easily.
327 total strikes thrown by Verhoeven. That's the epitome of being active, although he took a couple big shots too.
Yeah, as the fight kept going, he kept pushing Brestovac against the ropes, landing his punches, landing his kicks. He did a good job at controlling the ring, keeping his distance, and keeping the fight where he wanted to keep the fight. In the 5th round, we saw Rico shifting his stance, landing some big punches.
Let's get the official word and return to the glory ring with Tim Hughes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this heavyweight championship goes the distance, so we go to the judges' scorecard. Here are the totals: 49-46, 50-45, and 50-45, a unanimous decision, all for your winner. And still, glory heavyweight champion of the world, Rico Verhoeven. Here to present the belt, Glory Chairman Pierre Onderon, our Head of Talent Operations Cor Hemmers, our Chief Executive Officer John Franklin, and they are joined by boxing heavyweight world champion Mr. Tyson Fury.